I am honestly loving the political evolution that is taking place in Luhya Nation. Natembeya is single-handedly crushing and destabilizing the dynamic duo that has been taking advantage of and reaping the Luhya Nation for decades in the name of political representation, yet their socioeconomic grievances remain barely addressed. Talk of poor infrastructure, roads, hospitals, schools. Yet this duo, buy Mudavadi, get Wetangula for free. I've been using Luhya Nation for political leverage for their own personal interests. The threats, the squabbling, the goons, the political intimidation is because Natembeya is becoming a threat. And if they don't fight, he will soon close the taps they have been drinking from. And that means losing the Luhya Nation as a political leverage. And without the Luhya Nation, they do not have a bargaining chip. And that makes them politically irrelevant. 1 year ago, during his impeachment, Rigathi Gachagua on national TV said that they had a power-sharing agreement and Mudavadi and Wetangula were given 30% of national government positions. On top of that, they also made a list of demands on behalf of Western Kenya, which included completion of all bitumen roads, revival and modernization of sugar factories in Western Kenya, and establishment of new industries. Funny enough, the duo is not fighting Natembeya because of his incapacity to lead, incompetence, or maybe failure to deliver his promises to the people of Trans Nzoia. Now, for Mudavadi and Wetangula, it's about political rage, gaining political mileage, reclaiming the kinship. Tutaleta mtu hapo 2027 akuonyeshe dust. It is not about, serving the people or identifying holes in Natembeya's administration and calling him out. No. It's about fixing their own person in 2027 for the gubernatorial seat in Trans Nzoia as a form of punishment to Natembeya. So the question is, why can't Mudavadi and Wetangula concentrate on delivering the demands they made on behalf of the people of Western Kenya? Have they delivered, new industries to the people of Western Kenya? Have all bitumen roads been upgraded, constructed and completed? Have they revived the sugar industries? Have they revived and modernized the collapsing sugar industries in that region? That should be the question. That is what they should be concentrating on, or rather putting their effort on.
Allow me present to you a lion, my king, the only man whom I prefer calling the Luhya kingpin in making. How I wish that Luhyas can listen to him. And I want to tell you the reason as to why they are fighting Natembeya. The facts still remain that forget this narrative that Luhyas are number 2 when it comes to population and the majority of the people in the country. Luhyas are number 1. Whatever things you're seeing on paper is things that are actually calculated by the people. So please, they are ever worried about our unity because we can present and vote in a president. That is what they know. So how I wish the spirit of Wamalwa, the spirit of Masinde Muliro can as well be vested and bestowed in Natembeya so that he can continue giving them shege. Forget about the Chwele incident, that drama that unfolded yesterday. You don't need to go back to school for you to understand that the real orchestrator of that thing are Tom and Jerry. I always refer to them as Tom and Jerry because you buy one, get one free. These ones, they don't have anything meaningful, the people of Western region. They are ever worried of one man, George Natembeya, because he's making things so tough for them. They cannot do anything. They cannot tell anybody anything before they are being heckled because there is nothing meaningful they have done. My people, Bamulembe Nation, Banaberu, we need a man who can stand in front of people and defend us. We need a lion that can roar and people could listen. Natembeya is the only man because he has already showed everything that he's supposed to do. Where I come from, they say, Shinula Shurulanga Butoro. If you want to know the kind of a child your child will become, then just look around and see the things that he is doing. Then you will know that my son will be a doctor. My son will be a thief. This is the man that has presented himself a Luhya man. A king is not born, a king is made. And he has already presented himself as a king. So the only thing you need is to support him. I want to remind you again, a united Luhya nation is a very dangerous people. And you should know that. And that is why they are ever worried about us. That is why they will always be giving us sellouts. Who brought UDA in Western region? Cleophas Malala. Who has now brought DCP in Western region? Cleophas Malala. They will always be looking for a route to divide Luhya nation because it has got the majority. So please, listen to your very own son. How I wish that the spirit of Jana wa Malwa, the spirit of Masinde Muliro, can as well arouse in him and make him conquer everything yenye meko hapa nje na makatel na watu wenye wana roho chafu. Natembeya, tembea nao.
Salam guys. Want to remind our president that this Kenya is not like Tanzania the way you want to think. Use of police and use of guns to silence the opposition. This show political intolerance. Uko Western, Moses Masika Wetangula alichukua goons ambaye ni speaker wa National Assembly. Those goons zikaenda zikavandalize convoy ya Governor George Natembeya. That was not enough. They went ahead and destroyed his residence. Hawakutosheka na hiyo. Wakatoa buduki. Wakafyatua risasi. Na sisi tunataka kuambia serikali namna hii. Hizi buduki musije mkatudanganya ni za magunzi. Ni buduki za serikali zinatumika kwa siasa. Mtuambie ni nani akona buduki anatumia hivyo yani kama mawa. Mr. President, I want to tell you that this time round, people are ready to die. As long as they remove you from power. People are ready. People are ready. And if you not just tame your dogs, you'll burn this nation. Unaweza tumia aje wa magoons. Mbona hatukuona mkutano yako ikivurugwa na mapolisi? Kumaanisha the order is coming from one center. It is from your office. Block them. The same way Samia Suluhu did. The same way Museveni is doing to Bobi Wine, Chagulanyi. We want to tell you that Kenya, mambo ni tofauti. And we are condemning that action, that act, with the strongest word possible. Na tutanyamaza.